Marriage is one of the best decisions I ever made.
God ordained and established this covenant.
We
are part of that beautiful union.
So it's time that we promote this unconditional love and help families understand how,
Through prayer,
faith,
commitment,
sacrifice, humility, submission,
and the love of God,
you can have a beautiful,
lifelong,
loving marriage. Now, it won't be perfect,
but it will be worth it.
So join us for 28 Days of Love
on February 1st through the 29th at 6 p.m.
as we celebrate love and marriage
and change the visual narrative we see on social media by presenting a healthy marriage
and share the benefits of covenant.
You can expect to hear encouraging testimonies,
communication tips,
how to relate with your mate,
establish new love goals and goals,
write a marriage and family vision, and singles learn how to prepare for your partner,
as well as gain ideas for dating
as a way to reignite and dial up that love flame.
See you Thursday, February 1st at 6 p.m. for
28 Days of Love.
Well, it's Tuesday night.
That's right, in 28 Days of Love. And we have a wonderful young couple tonight. I love how they love their family.
Yes, their perseverance and just an amazing young group of young people that just have a lot to tell us.
I guess we better tell them who it is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. We have Jermil
and Lakisha Kirby. Don't miss it tonight at 6 p.m. on 28 Days of Love.
Well, it's Tuesday night.
That's right, in 28 Days of Love. And we have a wonderful young couple tonight. I love how they love their family.
Yes, their perseverance and just an amazing young group of young people that just have a lot to tell us.
I guess we better tell them who it is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. We have Jermil
and Lakisha Kirby. Don't miss it tonight at 6 p.m. on 28 Days of Love.
Well, welcome in everybody to 28 Days of Love.
And I'm Kim.
And I'm Dr. News.
Yes, he gonna sing his part, y'all.
Get better, isn't it?
The more, look, how many years have we been singing that song?
I think I'm getting better.
You're getting better. I'm just trying to think, was he been singing it since Arizona? Yeah, it's been some time. Wow, it's been a while. Well, guys, welcome back to 28 Days of Love. We are excited as we are every time we come on here and we get to talk. We get to talk to other couples who are doing this marriage thing, this covenant thing.
Yep.
You know?
And today we have a wonderful young couple.
Yes.
Very motivating to me. I love these two young people. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring them in.
Come on, bring them on in. Come on in.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kirbys.
That's right. Jermil and Lakisha.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us today. So how are things in life? What's going on?
You know, tell them your name, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
I'm Jermil. I'm 41 years young, you know.
That's right.
Things are going good, you know. I mean, everything has its challenge. Marriage has its challenges every day, but you know, we're working through them.
Yes, that's the beauty.
All our kids are doing great in school. Got a couple honor students, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, God has been good to us, so.
Good.
That's the key.
Good.
And could you tell us your name, beautiful lady?
I'm Keisha. Well, he told his age, so I guess I'll tell my age. I'm 36. And a little bit about myself is, well, I love the Lord. I love my husband. I love my children, and I'm just funny and outgoing. If anybody has ever met me, and I love to laugh. So yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Well, that's what we like to hear. You know how you see how our millennials, they know how to go ahead and just tell you about themselves. Put a little something. This about me. This is who I am. I love that.
Yep.
And I love to laugh too. So you can go ahead and make us laugh today if you want.
We'll laugh.
We love to laugh.
That's my motto. If I can't have fun, I'm not going.
Yeah, it gotta be fun.
That's right.
Gotta have some fun.
I'm not going.
Well, we are so glad to have you guys on with us today. I think I've known Lakisha since she was a little girl. I don't know if she knew that I knew her, but I've known her family since she was a little girl, her and her sister.
Right.
So it's just good to see her with her children now, even online or in the store or wherever, or at church. It's good to see that, God blessed you to be able to grow up and do this great thing called marriage and raise your children.
Yes.
So
I haven't known her since she was a little girl, so that means you must be older than me.
See, now here you want to be a jokester. See, here you go.
Listen, we've been talking a lot. Since it's 28 Days of Love and we're celebrating marriage, we're making marriage famous and talking about the covenant marriage. Tell us how you guys met and what attracted you to each other.
So we met back in, I believe, 2004.
Okay.
Or five-ish, one of those 2 years. I was just a young, fly, 22-year-old guy, and she was a beautiful 17-year-old girl. We actually met in like a younger type club. It was called Bahama Mamas. It's right there on Market Street.
Okay.
I don't know. It was just strange how we met. Like I was standing there 1 minute, and then the next minute I seen this little chocolate thing right in front of me, and we kind of kicked it off from there.
All right. Is that your version of the story?
Hot chocolate.
Pretty much. I remember we went to this club with my friends, and we were all walking in, and I don't even know if I saw him first, but I just always thought he was so handsome. And even now, I just thought he was so handsome. And at the time, I guess I still am, I was into light skin. And he really, really stuck out to me. He just stuck out to me. And I'm really bashful at times. And at that time, I really was. But for some reason, I just I got to get to know him. He's cute. I was 17, childish and everything. But that's how we met.
And I'd say what attracted me to her was her confidence. The confidence. I could tell by how she was shy at first that it was hard for her to talk to me, but her confidence and just her character, her character. She wasn't like them other girls in the club. I already knew it. I saw it from I saw this is a diamond. This ain't one of these little hood rats. So
okay. Come on, he said he could see you sparkling, girl. Bling.
I like how he says confidence. I guess I did build a little confidence to go over to him.
So you went to him first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you I was a young fly guy. I was posting on the wall. And,
with his leather coat on.
Okay. So do you remember the opening line?
There was no opening line. It was me dancing.
Just her started dancing.
But
I liked her so much. I don't give my coat or my hat to nobody. It was drizzling a little bit outside, so I called myself being a gentleman. I gave her my coat and my hat. I knew I liked her then because I don't give my coat and hat to nobody.
Okay, he gave up the leather.
Yeah, but it was not.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
I love that.
So when you think about that date, and now thinking from this point, other than how beautiful she was or how fly he was, he mentions the confidence. What was it for you?
When we started to talk, we would talk all the time. We were always around each other. And it was how he pursued me. He pursued me all the time. He would he didn't have a car. He would ride his bike up to my school and put letters and flowers in my car. He would come to all my track meets. He just always pursued me. And at that time, I liked it. And, but I didn't understand it either because I I had low self-esteem somewhat, so I didn't understand why it was so much. And at the time, I thought it was like, okay, you're doing too much. You're too clingy for me. But like, those were also the things that I actually loved about him. What made me keep pursuing him and just fall in love with him.
Oh, I love that, bro. You had some game when you go ride your bike up there.
That man would ride his bike everywhere. Okay, like
I think that's amazing. I think that's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's very sweet.
It is. Very, very sweet.
I got some good old memories from, some special things Luke did, but that's very special. He didn't ride a bike. He had what he called the bucket. We called the bucket. His car was called the bucket. But the bucket was everywhere. But it's just very sweet to know that you went out of your way that way. Or maybe it wouldn't be looked like out of your way. You went in your way so that you could pursue something you thought that was perfect for you. Right. And look at you today.
So Jermil, did you see this as being something long term, or was it? What was your mind at that time? Can you remember?
Oh, I mean, like I said, I was younger, so I was still in my kind of, playing ways, I guess you would call it. But it was something different about her. I knew she was right for me when my mom liked her. My mom didn't like nobody. Like I'm talking about, she liked her so much she'd take her side over mine. If there was an argument, I couldn't win. I couldn't win the argument at all. Like I said, I got to meet her parents, and I really liked them. They accepted me. She actually tried to get me to lie to her parents about how old I was. But something told me that I better tell them the truth. I mean, it's a pastor, a co-pastor, so I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, and they accepted me.
Right.
They treated me like family, and that brought it full circle for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, them Jamisons is something special.
So how long y'all been married?
7 years. It'll be 8 in August.
Okay.
Congrats,
Love it.
They say if you can make it past the first 5, that you can continue to add to it. So
the first 5 was rough, but
they've been rough for a lot of people, the beginning years, because you're learning each other, you're understanding some things about each other, and you're pretty much letting go some of your own personal ways and desires to accept someone else's and then create your own.
Right.
So those years are going to be tough.
Right.
Not necessarily the marriage itself is tough, but we're the ones that are tough. Making those adjustments. So we had some tough years too. Yep.
So you've been married for about 7 years. So you got some time in the game, right? What would you say are some of the foundations for a good, healthy, strong marriage relationship?
I mean, you want that?
You go.
I would say trust, first of all. Trust, honesty, and of course you need God in the middle of it. If you don't have God in the middle of it, it's bound to not work at all. And
Love it.
I think God have such a soldier for Christ in my wife, because me coming, it took me a while. It took me a long time dragging along, but she kept praying and she kept being strong, and and we're still working on the foundation. It isn't all the way built yet, but we have something to stand on.
Exactly. So trust, honesty, God, he said. What about you, Keisha? Anything you'd like to add to that?
I would say, honestly, just prayer, and having support. So in our beginning stages of our marriage, I feel like we didn't really have that, but I did have my parents. I had my mom, so like I could talk to her and feel comfortable with going to her with struggles that maybe I was dealing with, because a lot of our we dealt with a lot of communication.
Yes.
And because we're both strong-willed people, I could be a little sometimes moody, and my husband wants to fix everything, and I'm like, no, not right now. I need you right now. Like, just go. But honestly, just having support outside. So it was my parents for us in the beginning. Now we've have other people such as yourselves, like we can
network
call on, and godly people, though, people that we can trust, and to help grow us.
To add on to that, as far as the support, it has to be people who have your best interest at heart, though.
Yes.
I mean, because some people are there just to be nosy and run your business and run your business to everybody, and then some people are there to actually support you. So it has to be people you can trust that have your best interest at heart and want to see you succeed.
I love that. I love that. Let's dig into that a little bit. How can you tell the difference?
Yeah.
I think based on the advice they give you, based on the advice. Because, a person that don't care, they're going to try to give you some advice to have you all messed up. Oh, don't you ain't got to take that. Don't listen to them.
Right.
I mean, but somebody that cares, they're going to give you the hard truth about it. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get the hard truth about it, even about yourself. And you got to be willing to suck that up and take it and try to work with that.
That's good wisdom. That's good wisdom.
Yeah.
I wanted people to hear that, to hear you say that, because that is that's a strong point of contention, and it is such a I don't know how to say it. That resource that you're talking about is so powerful in marriage relationships, because it helps us to see ourselves from another perspective, that we just can't do on our own. So thank you for elaborating on that.
Yeah, that's so good. Some of the things that you guys said was trust, honesty, communication, support, prayer, God, all of those things. And then I love that you guys also mentioned that you're still building.
Yes.
Well, I want you to know we've got 24, we're in our 25th year going into it, and we're still building as well.
Right.
So just to encourage you and anyone else listening that you're building until the end.
Yes. Yes.
It's a continual build. Even when you start to know each other so well that you can finish each other's sentences or know each other's thinking, you're still building, because there's more to be opened up about me for Newt and Newt for me, as well as you two. So just don't be discouraged by that. Just be glad and welcoming of that, because it's exactly what it's supposed to be.
That's the beauty of the journey.
Yeah.
That's what keeps it spicy. I'm
It
still like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
So it's just a good thing. And I love to hear people who have been married for just, whether it's a few years or many years, to say that we're still building, we're still learning, we're still figuring this thing out. Yeah.
So you guys mentioned communication. So tell us a little bit about that. What do you do on a daily basis to intentionally increase your ability to communicate effectively with each other?
Yeah, that's good.
Well, communication's always been a struggle for the Kirbys. And that's just completely honest. But we are learning to communicate better.
Okay.
So for instance, we've finally got on board with like putting our finances together, and so that was, so at first, it was a little struggle, so we had to talk about it, and we literally sat down, and it felt so good, because I really truly felt God in the middle of that, saying yes, yes. Because finances is a difficult thing, especially especially if you didn't build from the beginning, to put your finances together, now you're there, and just kind of to see everything for what it is. So we really had to build off that, and that honestly was a positive a thing for us. And so we're just learning how to come together and talk about hard things. And I could be a little moody sometimes. So, sometimes, it's the talking at, it's, hearing yourself, hearing how I'm speaking to my husband, or hearing, or vice versa. And just really learning how to listen, and not being so emotionally, just because he may say something, or I may say something, I'm not intentionally trying to hurt your feelings, or but so it's about changing how you how you speak to my husband. So we're still, so we're on that path, They're really communicating with one another, listening how we're actually talking to one another, because I may be saying something that I may not, think I'm sounding mean, but to him, it's coming off like, okay, who you talking to? I'm not your child, because we've had those conversations before.
We've had those too.
So we're definitely, and we are truly learning and building that foundation and building the communication. So every day is a new challenge.
I love it. I love
That's so good.
So it sounds like you guys have some intentionality in the, I'm going to say, the arena of communication. So you deem that important in your relationship.
I would say, communication is like almost everything, because depending on what you say and how you say things, whether you intentionally mean that or not, it can take a conversation to a full-blown argument, like full out, we ready to rip each other apart, like who you talking to, But I would suggest that, if people are having difficulties with that, possibly seek counseling together. People think that means you have problems. No, it just means you want to work on something. That means you're trying to better it. And like she said, just be intentional about what you say, but watch how you say it too, because it's not always about what you say; it's how you say it that comes across. I could say you're beautiful today, and she could either take it as, oh, you trying to clown me, or because I'm wearing sweatpants and my hair ain't done, or my husband really thinks I'm beautiful. I mean, like I said, it depends on the delivery.
Right. And you're so right about that. And just to add to that, communication is more than just words. It's our body language, it's our facial expression, and it's sometimes no expression at all that says a whole lot. So when you mentioned that the form of communication, or whatever word he used, that's what he meant. That we're all, you're on that path, which is great. We're all still on that path, because I could be sleepy and respond, or just have something else on my mind and just respond quickly. It could sound one way, and what I can tell by his response or his look or expression, or he can tell by my look or expression. So we're all on this path together. I just want you to know.
Right. So that said, piggybacking off of Kim, that said, because I feel like there's a little avenue we can rabbit trail down a little bit here. So and I'm gonna talk to you, Jermil, first, because as in this society, as men, we're the macho men kind of thing. So in that whole communication transaction, if you will, with our wives, especially if it's a spirited fellowship, right? Especially
the conversation's gotten serious.
It's got a little tough. How do you, or what do you do in yourself to say, all right, chill? What does that moment of self-discipline or humility look like in you to kind of stop things from
how he stops himself? Okay.
Rising to the next level.
I think on those times I take a deep breath, especially when I know I'm about to say something real stupid, and in that split second, I mean, it's funny how the mind works, but in that split second, I'm like, oh, if I say this, it's gonna be problems, and there ain't gonna be no peace tonight. So I try to take a deep breath and think about what I'm gonna say first. And I gotta also remember, this is my wife. I can't be,
that's where I was going. Yes.
I can't be hard on her or hard with my words, like I'm talking to somebody out on the street. This is different. This is somebody I have to nurture. This is somebody I have to protect, and that also means protecting them with your words still. Like I said, I try to take my time, formulate what I'm going to say, and me knowing my wife. I know my wife. I know what gets under her skin. So I'm like, all right, let me not go ahead and say that. Let me go ahead and rephrase it a different way. So so it comes across softer, and and she can understand it better. And she's not automatically getting defensive and ready to bite me.
So I'm a pick on you a little more, because I think that's healthy. What you just said, it's going to help some young men when you do that intentionally, I know there's some self-discipline. I know there's some swallowing, some biting of pride that has to happen, right? What kind of response do you get from your wife when you do what you just said?
I get a better response a lot more often than I think. There's still sometimes she's still moody and didn't really hear what I said. I said 20 words and she heard 3 that she didn't like, and she just goes on. But typically, though, I get a better response. I get a softer response.
Love it.
I get a more feminine response. I get a wife response to her husband. Not a boyfriend response, a girlfriend response to her boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
We try to remember that, like, hey, we in this legally, so it ain't no just walking away. Like, you can't be like, all right, well, we done. I broke up. Like, no, you might go downstairs and sleep for the night, but you still got to wake up and see her tomorrow, or vice versa.
That's huge. That's huge. One of the things Kim and I always say when we talk about marriage is you have to want to be.
Yeah.
You have to want to be married. Married. So thank you for being transparent.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
You're going to help some brothers.
Yes.
I mean, both of you are helping people right now. So just saying what you said, that what I try to do, listen, being married and I love to keep reminding people who are new in their years that this is a thing that will happen for the rest of your life. It is a desire to not want to hurt the person you love. It is. And it is a desire not to respond to hurt that person. But there are times when we will. Right. It just does. Because we're humans, we're in flesh, but the more we practice this thing, the more we work on it, the more we'll realize. Because I remember Newt used to say to me, if I could just share this, he would say, well, I didn't say anything. I thought about it first because I thought if I said that, it could hurt you, and I don't want to hurt you. So those would be things, and that would make me think, wow, he don't want to hurt me. Newt always says, we are on the same team, Kim. We're both dribbling the same direction down the court. I'm passing the ball to you. You're passing back to me. I'm not trying to come over you. So it helped me to understand that he really was. So I had to get past what was going on with me, from what I felt as a kid, I was putting that out there. So I love that you are beginning that thing and working toward it. It will bless Keisha so much. It will help her to let her guard down, because I had to let mine down, Keisha. I did,
So let's push that over to Keisha, the same thing. So when I'm gonna call it, I like to call it the spirited fellowship rather than argument, right? So when we get in that spot where you already said you're both strong-willed, and we are too. We both were strong-willed in very different ways, like very different ways. So and sometimes let me kind of set the question up for you, get some time to think. Sometimes when we get into a situation, my mind is not even where Kim's is.
Right.
I'm not even taking a stance on the same thing she's taking a stance on. Like we're so we're holding out for two different things, So what do you do? What's your go-to method when that spirited conversation comes up, so you can make sure everything ends up smooth, by the end of the day?
Or what would you like it to be?
Okay.
Feel comfortable.
Well, usually I do try to talk to my husband. If I don't like something, or if he says something, or we're just not agreeing, I do try to talk it out. A lot of times, though, I have to remember that, if we're both like in a heated situation, or to just, let him alone. So I may go upstairs in my room and watch TV or something, or, just be on my own. Just leave him alone, because I know if I keep pressing at him, and I've done that a few times where I keep pressing the situation, and then you have, an explosion. Right. So I don't like that. I don't want that, So now I'm learning to just leave him alone. and just wait till it cools down, and then we can go back. Now, what I love about my husband is when we do get into a heated situation and we didn't get to resolve it, even if he has, because he works third shift, so even if he'll come home, and like I said, we didn't resolve it, he'll come home and he'll say, hey, he'll come and I'm ironing the kids' clothes and he'll come give me a hug, and he'll apologize first. And sometimes it's me that need to be apologizing to my husband, but he will take the initiative, to apologize, for the situation, and we're going to do better on this. We're going to do this. So it's either me trying to, okay, let me just let him alone because he's still a man, and let me just let him alone, okay? So let me just take myself upstairs somewhere. But a lot of times, honestly, it's my husband that's coming back to me and fixing the problem. We both down.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. High five to you, brother.
Yeah. I like that. So you've gotten to know each other enough that space sometimes is needed. So when that's needed.
That's awesome, Keisha.
So let me dig in a little bit. When you give them that space, what do you do? What's going through your mind when you go by yourself?
Well, if I'm upset, I don't do nothing. I just go away and probably talk to myself.
Yeah, that's what.
But loud enough for me to hear.
Sometimes loud enough for me to hear because I'm still upset.
I think my husband used to be that way. He would be in his office just going.
Now I do that sometimes if I'm just in me and Keisha. But when I know it's a spiritual thing happening, I'm praying. I'm warned. I am praying. So he also hears that too.
Yeah, she rebukes me and the devil at the same time.
I'm warned, I'm praying, I'm warned, I have my music on, and I'm warned. So it's either one or the other. That's what I'm doing.
Would you say transparently that a portion of that warning is also you getting yourself in check?
Yeah. Because a lot of times, obviously, when you're warned, it's not for the other person. A lot of times, it's for yourself.
Love it.
It's for you to girl. Now you didn't have to talk to your husband like that, or you took that a little too far. So you need to go ahead and repent for yourself. It's a lot of that too.
Yeah, and then I'll piggyback on that. For me, when I'm in that situation, it's like, Newt, you weren't listening. You weren't paying attention. You were, I'm being a teacher. I'm trying to make it go the way I want it to go, and so thanks for sharing that. That's super. That's super.
It is.
Make me feel a little better at least.
It's a great thing to know that you're using some tool, whether it's something God gave you, something you're reading that is just reminding you of things that we can do better for ourselves. It's great that you're even intentional about it, even intentional about apologizing. Because I'm that, Jermil. I'm the one who come in. I will apologize quickly, and own something quickly. So I just believe in making sure that my heart is right, because I don't want to go with my heart a mess. I don't want to, because I don't feel good. I'm a happy person and I like to have fun. And then if I can't talk to my bestie, we can't talk, it doesn't feel good. Yeah. So I will quickly apologize as well. So congrats to both of you on having tools.
So
the last thing on that, one of the foundation questions, God, he has his way of convicting you too when you're wrong,
Yeah.
I'll be sitting at work. I want to be mad. I'm trying to be mad still, trying to be angry. I'm away from her for about 10 minutes. I get soft, but I think it's just God. Now I know it's God convicting, hey, go ahead and make that right. Don't let that woman go to sleep mad. You know what I mean? Right. You gonna be up all night thinking about it, but don't let her go to sleep mad. So I try. She does the same thing. She got to take some credit too. She'll send me a long text. I don't want to read it right away, so I'll wait till my first break, which is 2 hours away from work. But we do it together. We try to make it right together.
I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to kind of switch gears a little and talk about nurturing. So because I think one of you mentioned that word as well, nurture.
He did.
So I know that life happens. You know, I remember seeing on Facebook some of the praise reports with your son, and you know, coming out, you know, so but going through those journeys and those things like that, those are heavy loads to carry, as well as becoming one in a marriage. So that's a lot, you know. So what things do you do with each other to nurture your relationship? You know, so Jermil, you're making sure that Keisha's okay, and Keisha, you're making sure Jermil's okay, but your relationship is nurtured and well and healthy and spicy and all those things like that.
Believe it or not, it ain't even communication a lot of time. It's just doing things together. Like she likes to watch the corniest shows on the planet Earth. But sometimes, you know, even though I don't want to watch them, I'll sit there for a little bit, about 10, 20 minutes. I'll endure it. And then I'm back on my phone. But that, you know, we try at least once every 2 weeks. We try it. It isn't always possible. We try to go on a little date, whether it's sorry. Whether it's a little restaurant here or a nice whatever. It doesn't have to even be anything extravagant. We try to date. You know, we try to go on dates. We do family things too. You know, try to involve the kids in it. You know, good. You know, just to make sure each other's okay. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Okay, I love it.
That's great.
Look like you was gonna say something.
Did you want to say something, Keisha?
Oh no, he said everything, because we are really trying to like date one another. I mean, we love one another. Like, that's my boo. So it's like, you know, I was just telling him today, like, when I was looking at him, I'm like, oh, you're so beautiful. He's like, beautiful? I'm like, yeah, she's so beautiful to me. Like, it really is. So, you know, we talk.
First, you told me that during a spicy moment.
Okay.
But he is. He really is. And like, I do feel like, you know, we're talking more. Good. So that's always a good thing. We can like just be talking or laughing more, because it was actually really funny too. I mean, it gets annoying sometimes, but like when it's not annoying, he really is funny. So I love that.
and the thing is, she shouldn't let me know it's annoying, because I'm gonna keep going then.
So bad.
I mean, but you know what? Disclaimer: everybody in the house get it. Even the dog.
The dog.
I know they don't like it. But then, it's over.
Yes. So you mentioned early in the interview some of your differences. You know, so in every marriage, two people are coming together to become one flesh. So they're bringing different bags. They're bringing different things. They have different upbringings. A whole lot of differences, even strengths and weaknesses. You know. So when you look at your marriage relationship and the differences between you, whether they be, you know, attitude or goals or you know, I'm good at this, she's good at that. How do you put those differences on the table so that they work together and they're not pulling you apart? They're pulling you together.
I think we've learned to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. I mean, I can give you a few examples. Like, I'm really good at doing the grocery shopping and putting the stuff away. I got to do the grocery and putting it away. I can't trust her, because if I send her grocery shopping, she's going to make a $100 thing into a $300 thing, and she's going to get her name brand stuff, and I'm going to get the store brand stuff, you know. So, but she's better at cooking. She's the cook, you know. So we work together that way. I bring the food home, she cooks it, you know.
That's awesome.
Love
it. Just you know, finances. She's way better at it. Like, that's her thing. Because I'm like, listen, once my bills is paid, hey, it's party time, Jack. I worked hard for this. I mean, I want to spend something, but you know, she's kind of grounded me with that. Like, hey, especially with what she said earlier. You know, we got a joint account, and we just put a specific amount of our money into that account, you know, and then we got our little spending money for ourselves, but that's to make sure everything's paid off and, you know, we don't have no worries. Because like I said, she's the saver, she's the planner, she's all of that. Like, I'm in the moment. Once my bills are paid, look, hey, I'm going out and do me now. You know? But yeah, we piggyback off of each other's strengths and weaknesses. You know, we've realized what our strengths are, and we try to allow the other person to, you know, be that, you know, be who they are and be what they should be in.
Okay, so some grace and patience. Is that hard for you to do, Keisha? To let
well, in the beginning, you know, we didn't have that, so I controlled.
Right.
I controlled. So to give up control, it's not hard anymore. I actually, like, if he even says like, hey, you know, you gotta go to the grocery store today, you gotta buy the food. I'm like, huh? I can't do it. I'm sick.
Right.
Because I'm used to it now. Like, I want him to do it.
Yeah.
Our finances and everything. That, like I said, that was probably the most like challenging thing for like, because I can be a little controlling a little bit, and he's like, no, you know. So, but you know, we are definitely coming together, and it's becoming easier for me because we are a team, and it's finally getting in my head that we are a team. It's not Keisha, it's not Jermil, it's the Kirbys. Like, it's if you invite me somewhere and I know couples is going to be there, you invite my husband, I can't come.
Okay.
So, but I used to then be like that. So like, you know, we are a team. So
right.
That's beautiful.
Love it. That's what I was trying to get at, and you pulled it right out.
Yeah, we are a team.
And I just have to, this is funny because Jermil, Newt is the better grocery shopper too. But Newt will spend more at the grocery store because he wants to make sure everybody gets everything they want, everything. So he's the better shopper. I hate the grocery shopping.
Yeah,
he does that too. So.
I mean, it's also therapy. You know, you're by yourself. You get to think about, you know, think.
Right.
I get away from my kids for a little while. I gotta hear that. I actually look forward to the grocery store. Yes.
I can definitely say it's his therapy time, because on the times that, you know, we'll try to go together.
Oh no, it don't work.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get out.
Within 20 minutes, she's like, "Are we going in?"
Yeah, see, that's me. I'm ready.
We used to go together when the kids were little. But we had 2 carts. You go that way, I go this way.
Yeah. We had all them kids and all that food we were getting. But I hate going. Yeah. I will order online quick and let them drop off.
But just know, if I got to go in that grocery shop, I'm gonna call her about 4. Even if I know what I need, like, I'm gonna call her about 4 or 5 times. You know, just to bug her. You're gonna be part of this experience, yet.
I'm gonna pull you in.
That's great communication right there.
Yes, I know, and I better have my phone like right by me, because the man's gonna call about 10 times. 10 times. I'm like, yes, what do you need? Like, you got the list. Like,
yes.
So cool.
Yeah. So we really thank you for your time. This has been super. But so I do have this question. So you've been in marriage for 7 years, right? And you both are still young. So I feel funny kind of saying this.
So cute.
But what would you tell your young self 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now about marriage.
Yeah.
So I would tell myself, slow down. You ain't ready yet. Not ready for this yet. You're not ready to be nobody's husband yet, because you don't even know how to love yourself yet. You know, you're not ready to be a husband yet, because you're not trustworthy yet. You know, it's just knowing when you're ready for it, because it's a huge commitment. Like I mean, like I said, it's legal, it's final. Like ain't no just, hey, we together now, we're gonna break up tomorrow. No, No, it costs too much money if you're doing that. So I would tell myself to slow down and get some guidance from people who actually married. Because I didn't have my father growing up. I don't know what marriage looks like. You know, I didn't know what marriage, except for TV. You know what I mean? But real marriage, you know, I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
So I was like, to reiterate, I tell myself to slow down. You know, get some sound advice from people who've been married. You know, that way you get a chance to really know if that's for you. You know, because once you in it, you in it. You know, it ain't easy to back out of it. You know, and you don't really want to. You know, once you in it, that's you committed to something. So you know it's gonna be challenging, but you know, take your time.
Yeah, I love that. Take your time and get some guidance. How about you, Lakisha?
What would I tell myself? I think I would tell myself to listen, because I did have mom talking to me, and I did have mom telling me advice. But Keisha wanted what Keisha wanted at the time, and Keisha saw the things that, you know, the things that probably shouldn't have been happening, but Keisha wanted what Keisha wanted. Yeah. And, you know, I had mom telling me, you know, hey girl, if that's your husband, he gonna be a husband later. So you can marry him. My mom said you can marry him now. And you go through all the trials, and it's going to get better, but you're going to go through a lot of mess. Or you could wait till later on, and then, you know, and so I would have definitely listened and not been so like in a hurry, because I love this. I loved him. I loved him since I was 17, and like I was told, like, this is my husband. So he was telling me, oh, you know, that's not your husband. No, yes, he is. Like he really is. Like he really is my husband. This is my person. Like this is literally made for me. Right. And so I would definitely tell myself, Keisha, it's okay. Like God said he was your husband. He's your husband. You do not have to do it right now. Right. You can take your time, continue to learn yourself, because you were still hurt. There was a lot of things that you were still dealing with, anger that you brought into marriage. And a lot of hurt and shame that I brought into the marriage. So I put it on my husband. So if I would have just listened, we probably would have had a smoother foundation in the beginning, but God is so good, because he's definitely smoothing our foundation now.
Can I tell y'all something real quick? So I'm gonna tell you the last thing my mom said before I got married. I'm telling you, this is how much she had her back. Don't mess it up. that was her. Don't mess it up. Okay, Mom. I understood this. I understood the assignment.
So I don't know if you guys heard each other's answers. You basically said the same thing.
Yeah, they did.
From two different
angles.
Basically said the same thing.
Yes.
And that tells me that the walk you've had, however easy, difficult, whatever it may be, it's been ordained, and your foundation, instead of being this thick, is now this thick.
It's growing.
You know, because of your stick to itness, your discipline, your ingenuity, your grace for one another, your care, your love, your forgiveness for one another, are things that are making you just going to be pillars, you know, for other people who are watching. So thank you for your transparency
so much
and everything that you've said.
It just makes me smile to see and to hear you guys talk. It makes me happy that you're going to be a testament to somebody else. You know, we believe in making marriage, you know, popular. We believe in talking about it over and over again, because it's so valuable. It's so important. Yes. But we also want people to realize that it's not as easy as we think. The trials, the marriage itself is easy, but the trials that we have to go through within ourselves, they're going to be a little tough. But we were made for tough things, and we can do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got this. and you got this thing. So I just am so glad you guys came on. Listen, do you guys have any new things coming up? Anything new you'd like to share? Anything that you guys are about to embark upon or anything? Yeah.
Books, movies, businesses.
We did start something about a month and some change ago. We have a family meeting once a week, and we give the kids really love because they get the opportunity to say whatever they want to say respectfully, but we give everybody a chance to see how their week went, how they're feeling. Was there anything that happened, even if it's me and her, that they didn't appreciate or they didn't like, that's their time to open up. We're like, listen, we can give you your opportunity. You say whatever you want to say. You don't got to be afraid of it, as long as you're respectful, So we've been trying that, and it's been working out pretty good, I think. It gives us a chance to kind of de-escalate things and then start the new week over again, So, and it's building family trust, too, because it's important for your kids to feel like they have somewhere that they can express themselves to. They don't have to do it outside where people don't care about what they're saying. When they feel like their parents care about what they say and care how they feel, I think it makes them feel better. It's like, all right, they got our back, and same thing for us. We get a chance to express some things to each other, that we may have held in because we didn't want to argue about it or whatever. But I think it's a good thing for people to try, just have at least if it's just one night a week, just have some family time. We started with prayer, we ended with hugs and kisses, and then we pray out,
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. Yes, indeed. You should have let off with that.
I love it.
No, that's amazing. So you guys, anybody listening right now, you have heard, you got some great advice from the Kirbys. It's something you can put in your family. It's not going to cost you anything, but a little bit of time, some concern, and some care for each other. So that is an excellent. Thank you for the family meeting idea.
Yeah, and it also will knock some things that could be trying to build up. It'll knock those things down so that those kids are ready. I love it.
Because remember, one day your children are going to have families.
Yep.
So you're training them up in the way they should go. You're teaching them a way to do things that will last. Let me plug this in.
Oh my God, that's good. Keisha, did you want to add anything else or?
No, right now I'm leading a women's book club.
Come on with it.
I shared it on my social media, Facebook and Instagram. So that's really
so how do people
join through my Telegram. And it's the Women's Book Club. And right now we're reading a book called Divine. It's a modern day Mary Magdalene. So it's a really, really good read. And so I guess I can post something else back on social media. But it's you join right through Telegram. It's I made it for women who are moms, wives, full-time work. I apologize. Full-time work. So it's not something that it's like you have to plug in every day. If you have something you want to share about the book, something that has encouraged you, you can put it right in the chat. I'll ask a question here and there. I'll have a Zoom meeting so we can all get together and just explore the book. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Love that. Send that to our inbox so we can help
share it.
Make that public, publicize that for you.
That's amazing. You better come on, Kirby.
And she didn't even mention she helps lead Princess Prayer too.
Oh.
So they get a group of young girls together. They do
right.
But I help support her with it.
She's amazing, man. She's amazing. Love it. Give her all the flowers.
That's right.
I love that.
Both of you amazing. You want to pray for me? You want me?
You go ahead, honey.
So if it's all right, we just pray a few words over you, and we're just going to cut this out because we used up too much of your time. So now we thank you for the Kirbys.
Thank you for the Kirbys.
Thank you for this young couple that's ambitious with ideas, with forgiving hearts and minds. We thank you, God, for every trial, every tribulation, for every struggle, for every mountain. We thank you for every victory, God. And the victory victories that stand in front of them. We thank you, God, as you reign over them provision in every area of their lives, holistically, spiritually, physically, in the name of Jesus. We thank you, God, that you're giving downloads with ideas, with new things to do. God, we just thank you that their ears are clear, their eyes are open, that they're in line with you as they raise this family of young champions that will go out to be world changers. So God, we thank you. Prop them up on every weak side, God. Lord. Where the enemy will come in to speak and bring disarray, God, I thank you that your voice is going to be even louder. You said your sheep know your voice, and another they shall not follow. So we speak right now that the voice the Kirbys will follow is yours. In Jesus' name, we speak prosperity, we speak peace, and we speak purpose in the lives of the Kirbys today from this day forward. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Listen.
We are so glad. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing.
Thank you for having us.
So transparent. And you guys heard it. If you guys have little princesses, reach out to Lakisha. She can hook you up with Sade. If you need to know a little bit more about how to have that family prayer, reach out to Jermil. He'll let you know how to do that. And if you're interested in being a part of that book club, come on and reach out to the Kirbys. They will show you how to do it. You guys come on through, Kirby. Oh my God, this is great.
Quiet storm.
I know, right?
Quiet storm.
Well, when you have the Jamesons as your mom and dad, I mean, look, what? Come on, Mom Jameson is what?
So we love you. We love you. We love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone, tonight for 28 Days of Love.
Thank you, Kirbys.
Well, it's Tuesday night.
That's right, in 28 Days of Love. And we have a wonderful young couple tonight. I love how they love their family.
Yes, their perseverance and just an amazing young group of young people that just have a lot to tell us.
I guess we better tell them who it is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. We have Jermil
and Lakisha Kirby. Don't miss it tonight at 6 p.m. on 28 Days